Welcome back to the program. One thing I can tell you about terrorists is they have two traits. Number one, they are deceptive, they lie, of course. And number two, they are patient. They are propagandists, and they are doing whatever they can to make people think one way while they are doing the complete opposite. And sadly, that's what's happening right now in Iran. Because President Trump is buying their bullshit, okay? They are saying that they have stopped executions. They even told President Trump that they want diplomacy. And then they said that they stopped 800 hangings yesterday. Well, I'm here to tell you none of that is true, number one. And number two, not only is the killing continuing, but it's getting worse. President Trump is being lied to. Now, why would he believe the Iranian regime? I mean, it's not like they allowed nuclear weapons inspectors into their country all these years. It's not like they said that they're not trying to build nuclear weapons, right? They said they wanted it for peaceful reasons. Well, we know, of course, that wasn't the truth. So why all of a sudden a change of heart against a regime that has just threatened to cut off your fingers, your toes, your hands, your feet, and everything else, and murder and assassinate you? Where is this coming from? Is this coming from, quote, other Muslim Arab countries that are, quote, supposed allies, like Qatar and Saudi Arabia and United Arab Emirates and Egypt and many others that have been begging President Trump not to intervene in what's happening in Iran? This is some scary stuff because clearly the killing is continuing. And I hope that President Trump understands that. Listen to this. Reports of Iranian regime engaging in a massive crackdown and new massacre. The death counts in Iran are climbing as the Islamic regime reportedly is cracking down even harder against protesters across the nation. Now, their finance minister just said to the Times of Israel, by the way, there was a big report, that, quote, the protests are now under control. Really? Well, if they're under control, I'm just going to do some simple math. Does that mean that you killed the majority of people that were protesting? It certainly seems like it to me. Unreal. Then there's this report. We are most confident that a massacre happened again late Thursday night throughout the entire country, said Hadi Ghaemi, executive director of the Center for Human Rights for Iran. It was, quote, a complete war zone. Reports coming out of Iran are limited because, of course, the internet cracked down by the regime, but some are making it out. This video below, which, by the way, I will put into the segment, shared this morning, shows Iranian Guard troops reportedly moving in an effort to squash protests. Now, in the video, there's about 30 vehicles, armored trucks, that are just going by this one area, and they are loaded with IRGC, Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps. This is not stopping, okay? The only way it's going to stop is if President Trump goes in there and vaporizes the IRGC. Iran's deadly crackdown appears to have broadly quelled protests for now. Now, this is coming from this other group that Free Iran. And then it says, according to different rights groups and state media, they're reporting that more arrests are happening on Friday, so today, in the shadow of repeated U.S. threats to intervene if the killing continues. Fears of U.S. attacks have retreated since Wednesday, when President Donald Trump said that he's been told that the killings in Iran were easing. They are not. Let me repeat that. U.S. allies, including Saudi Arabia, again, Qatar, conducted intense diplomacy with Washington all this week to prevent a U.S. strike, warning of repercussions for the wider region that would ultimately impact the United States, a Gulf official said. let me be real clear on that. No country, not Iran, not Qatar, not Saudi Arabia, not the United Arab Emirates, not Jordan, not Egypt, not Bahrain, not Kuwait, not Iraq, not Afghanistan, none of them can compete with the firepower of the United States military. None. So this is a bunch of bullshit saying that, quote, there will be wider region consequences and impacts against the United States. That is a total bluff. The real has collapsed completely. There is no money in the country. Their resources are depleted. We've had tariffs for months now against anyone doing business with them. This is pure Iranian communist propaganda. And apparently, some of the, quote, allies of the United States are buying into the same bullshit, or they're lying, which is what I think is happening, and giving them more time. That's what's going on right now. Trump understands that 800 scheduled executions and hangings were halted. White House spokesperson Caroline Leavitt added, saying the president was, quote, keeping all of his options on the table. More accounts of violence have been spreading after the communication blackouts were lifted earlier this week. And then it says, families of people killed in the protest in Iran have told the BBC that the authorities are demanding large sums of money to return the dead bodies for burial. President Trump is having everyone guessing on what and when or what actions he will or will not take as the regime ignores his remarks and begins killing Iranians once more. We noted that very few commercial flights are arriving or departing Iran at this time. What is in store is anyone's guess, with most of us standing, of course, with the people of Iran. Now, I'm going to do another segment after this. It's going to be on Wayne Allen Root's show, and we're going to be discussing Greenland. But I'm telling you right now, there is no way the killing has stopped. If anything, it has increased considerably based on these reports that are coming out. And I hope that President Trump isn't stupid enough to buy the lies, propaganda, and bullshit from so-called allies in the Middle East. Those are my thoughts. What are yours? Put them down in the comments below. We'll see you in the next one.